Hi, welcome to Crafted Sweetly. In this video, I'd like to show you a new fun design you can create with your book fold. Hi, welcome to Crafted Sweetly. I'm Diana. Thanks so much for being here. So in this video, I'll go over the steps in creating this particular design. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. Hit that subscribe button, and then I do have links for various things and supplies that I've used in the description box below, so check that out, after the video. And be sure to check out all the other book folding videos that I've done. So let's get into this project. When I started to edit this video to show you the process, there was a slight mishap with my recording, so unfortunately what I initially recorded didn't work out. So basically at this point, instead of starting this whole project over to record, I'm just going to kind of explain what I did for this, which, because it's fairly simple, I'm sure everybody will get it. If you have any questions, please comment below and I would be happy to answer them. But what I did was, once the book is folded, and for this I used a 180 fold just because I wanted to bulk it up. And I did use the 180 marker for this, which is the 180 marker that I have, and created the 180 folds. And then for the design in the book, as far as the opening, you can really do whatever opening you want. But I just took a piece of paper and I knew I wanted this to be even and then this to be kind of like arched up here. So when the book was closed, I just drew on the closed edges the design, and then I had where I needed to cut along the way. And then same at the bottom here. And then as far as the depth, it's really up to you where you want to go with it. I don't have exact measurements for this, but if it's not quite even, as you can see in this, it doesn't really matter, because once I kind of do the final step, you're not going to really be able to see that part. But then these, once they're folded and you have the entire book done, you can, on the edges here, you can either use marker to color them, like a Sharpie marker. You can use washi tape if you'd like. That's another option. Or you can use like the photo strip pattern to create that on there as well. So lots of options in terms of coloring this. Now what I did was I used a stamp pad for this. And I used this kind of pad for up here, which, as you can see, has different colors on it. And that's kind of what I wanted for the top. I didn't want it to be one solid color. And I took sections of this, and I can just go over it again just so you see that part. And when I did it, it's not just straight up. I actually kind of pressed the pages down a little bit so that it colors a little more than just the edge, and do it the opposite direction as well. And depending on where you hit the pad, you're going to get different shades on the color up here. And you do this until you're happy with the results, like how much you want to color of it. If you want just slightly, then you're obviously not going to do as much of it. Then for the bottom part, I did the same idea, but I used this kind of, it's a metallic pigment ink, and I did the same idea. Now, as you can see, some of it went on the edge of the pages here. Does not matter, you're not going to be able to see that. But you do want to hold this tight. Make sure it's colored as much as you want or as little as you want, and you have the color on it. But I use the stamp pads for just the fast effect, and also it's not even, which I liked because it gave it more sort of like a sky effect to this part. And then so that was the main part, which I lost in the video editing part. But that's kind of what I did to create this part of the design, the top and the bottom here. And I'm just going to use some art glitter glue that I've transferred from this big bottle to a smaller squeeze bottle, because for this I really only need very tiny like dots on here. So I don't want to go overboard. Okay, and once I have this, then I'm just gonna glue it onto the plastic, or the acetate I should say. Wipe off as much as you can. The cutout of the horse I glued to the acetate, and the acetate is the same opening as I have cut out in my book. And you can really do this with any shape, and then also any cutout. But once you have it cut out, then just glue it on, and I use the art glitter glue on it. Before proceeding to the next step, what I want to do is tie the book so that the book stays at the same opening. I don't want it to pop in and out, you know, sort of open more. So I'm going to just tie a ribbon around it at the base. Okay, so I tied this. Now the next step that I want to do is, this is going to, the cutout is going to go in the opening right here. And what I want to do is I want to curve this, and I may have to tighten this a little bit if it's not working. But when I put this here, I want it to stay put. And what I'm doing is I'm adding 2 gems on each side, or 1 gem I should say on each side. And they're just gems, larger gems that I have. You can really use, you know, a couple smaller ones would work as well. And these already have glue on the back. If you have gems that don't, you can just add the glue. Now I added that one, and I want to try and get it at the same height and same distance in, which would be right about there. Okay, so I have that in, and now it's just a matter of putting this in, and I'm going to tuck it behind the gem because that's what's going to hold the horse in place. And now the horse looks like it's floating. Now this part you can obviously do whatever decoration you want if you want to get a little more elaborate. The purpose of this video was more to show you, you know, sort of this part of the assembly. But this you can do any design, you know, whether it's round or this painted also differently. So this is another option to do with your book folding if you want to just have it, you know, for your design, having it float, and then once it's standing up, it's sort of put. It's not going anywhere because it's tucked behind these 2. Hope this gives you some other ideas of things you can do with your book fold. If you have any questions, please comment below. I would love to see if you create something like this. And again, you don't have to use any particular pattern. You can just draw it on your book and then cut along that area. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next project.